Now, last week, Telkom ended the week down over 16%. Now, this came after we read some sad news of saying that that deal which made the shares of Telkom to surge in terms of the share price, I think by over 10% in July, it looks like that deal of Telkom and MTN is being suspended, which is something that obviously it's sad and is the one that made the shares of Telkom to drop or to fall by over 16% this past week. Now, before we dig deep into this news, or this news that made the shares of Telkom to drop by over 16%, you already know that this video is just an entertainment video and not a professional financial advice video. Now, I really appreciate if you can just hit the likes button if you do enjoy the content that I'm giving you about Telkom. And once you like, please, if you have not subscribed, consider doing so, as on this channel we talk everything about the stock market, being it locally and internationally. So those of you that have been on this channel, you can definitely attest to that we talk everything about the stock market. So if stock market or investing in the stock market has been one of the things, or is one of the things that you've always wanted to learn, you've always wanted to know more, consider hitting that like button, because this channel is all about that. Now, before wasting any more time, like I said, the shares of Telkom last week ended the week down over 16%, and that is after we read that the deal of MTN acquiring or purchasing Telkom, it looks like it's being suspended. Now, you will remember that one of the things that obviously came out the day that obviously MTN announced the acquisition or its proposal to buy Telkom, we also read that Rain also was in a competition, or was in line to also make sure that they do go out there and buy Telkom. Now, this is one of the things that obviously, of course, we read news back then in July that indicated that obviously Telkom maybe had not had those talks, or I think Rain was told to, of course, withdrew the statement because it was not just, I suppose, formalized between Telkom and Rain. So MTN indicated that they suspect that obviously Rain is pushing, of course, Telkom to evaluate their bid and maybe respond as soon as possible on their bid of course, them acquiring Telkom, which is one of the things that obviously, like I said, it's one of the things that is making MTN to lose interest. But Telkom, on the other hand, they are saying they believe that MTN was only doing this transaction because they wanted to, or their main focus was their fiber business and open service. So MTN did say that the deal has been suspended because the parties, Telkom and MTN, were failing to reach mutual agreements, which of course were not, or mutual agreement that was supposed to make of course this deal to progress moving forward. So that is, they are saying that there's not been progress, so they have not reached mutual agreement, which is why they ended up, or they are suspending this deal. So you'll know that both parties have been in discussion about this since July, and MTN indicated that there have not been progressive moves since then in terms of course, MTN acquiring Telkom, which is why the deal has been terminated, which is something that is not good, and something that obviously resulted in the shares of Telkom to drop by over 16% this past week. So due to the tensions between the two companies, it looks like they could not reach an agreement on the deal. So this resulted obviously in the deal of Telkom and MTN to be terminated. But obviously MTN, one thing that they indicated is that they were prepared to offer to buy Telkom at 60 rands per share, which is something that must just show you that where Telkom is currently trading at, it was going to be a bargain, because as seen on the screen, you'll notice that before the sharp fall we witnessed, Telkom was trading around 45 rands per share, and to get to see obviously that MTN was maybe prepared to pay 60 rands per share when they buy Telkom, yeah, it was something that I personally believe that, yeah, it was probably a good deal, because looking at the share price of where Telkom was trading at against what of course, MTN wanted to offer, which is 60 rands per share. It is something that obviously it was going to excite a lot of investors that are investing into Telkom, because then it would result in the share price of Telkom to obviously surge yet again towards that 60 rands per share, because a lot of investors would be very excited to go and buy the shares of Telkom, since they know that they are going to be worth, or MTN will be buying them at 60 rands per share. So if there was a successful buyout, it was going to result in MTN, of course, being the largest operator with over 52 million customers. As you know that as it stands, the largest mobile operator is Vodacom with over 45 million customers. So this transaction, if it was to be approved, or if it was to go forward with the talks and the deal was finalized, we're going to see MTN becoming the largest operator or mobile operator with over 52 million customers. So this was going to make, of course, MTN to be the largest mobile operator, like I said, which is something that obviously losing the deal means that Vodacom will still be at the top with over 45 million clients or customers. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I personally believe that we just have to see whether Telkom and Rain will establish a deal there, which maybe might revive the shares of Telkom, because like I said, it looks like Rain is pushing Telkom to quickly evaluate its bid to acquire of course its business, which is something that it's only a matter of time before I personally believe that we can get to hear also the feedback or the news relating this Rain mobile operator buying Telkom. But like I said, if we get to see Rain be acquiring, of course, Telkom, then we are going to see, of course, Rain having a lot and lots, of course, of customers, which is something that will also boost their revenue. And since, of course, Rain is under, of course, the publicly listed company called African Rainbow Capital, it is also going to boost that. So yeah, like I said, it's only a matter of time. Otherwise, with all that, guys, I just thought I should just give you this quick update. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that likes button, comment, and subscribe. And once you subscribe, don't forget to hit or click that notification bell, so that at least you get notified by YouTube every time I drop a new content. Otherwise, before you load the board, please do make sure that you do your own due diligence in any stock that you would want to buy. Do your own due diligence so that at least you can be comfortable when you are investing in the stock market, because the stock market these days is very volatile. I mean, we've been seeing sharp falls in most or in many of the stocks that are publicly listed and the stocks that we buy, which is why you need to make sure that you are clued up, you are up to speed with the companies you are investing in, that will obviously result in you not to panic when you see the sharp falls, but rather increase or load the board onto the stocks. Otherwise, that's all from me, and God bless you all.